G'day guys, how are you? It is, we're running a little bit late, I apologise. Not long late, but a little bit late. What are we? We're like a little bit past 7. It is Thursday, the 19th of, I want to turn that off, 19th of January. Turn these boys down in the background and dread me out. Hard enough concentrating on you blokes at home without listening to these blokes in the background on the TV. Hey, yeah, tune in if you're there. We've got a little bit to cover off with tonight. It's not going to be massively long in the tooth, but there is a bit of exciting product coming out. Hi, teen, hi, hides, hi, girls. If you're watching at home, girls, Daddy's working hard still. I'm not down at the pub, swear to God. Tammy McKay, how are you? Tammy, we're going to have to discuss restraining orders coming up soon. It has been commented by many of our watchers who are starting to tune into the Tammy show rather than the Steelo show, and I'm a bit insulted. Mike, g'day, how are you, mate? Kylie, VJ, Brocky, how are you? Gary, how are you, mate? Ricky, how are you? Yeah, quick shout out to Wheatbelt Gunsmithing. If you're up northern Wheatbelt area, give Brocky a ring, jump on their Facebook page, give them a like, keep those boys going as well. And like I keep saying, if you like, tag, share this sort of stuff, it helps us beat the Facebook algorithms and helps us keep alive, because we do get a bad rap because we're selling guns. Who would have thought? Death and destruction to the world. Ricky, g'day, mate. How are you? Al, how are you? Ronnie, how are you, buddy? So something else that's cool, that's really super cool, that happened between this Thursday and last Thursday is that the missus has been working at home, which is good. She has been. She tells me she's been doing some work. But we actually got, and you would have seen it on the Facebook page and some of the emails, we got the Wicked on track, or going off track newsletter. Look at that. So that would have popped up in your browser, hopefully. Going off track, so it's a really good one for us. We've been wanting to get this done for years and just haven't had the time to put into it, to be honest with you. But we're going to try and get one of these out every fortnight. So there's a whole lot of information that's coming through from us, from information from suppliers that we're starting to collate and send out to you guys. Look at that ARB there, bloody little logo for them. The Jetboil Genesis, there was a cool little promo on the Jetboil Genesis if you're into the outdoor sort of stuff. A little a little paddle kayak special, 20% off of that, with a free paddle and life jacket. Jesus Christ, I didn't see that one. That's pretty crazy. And little more reviews and things like that for you guys at home. So there's lots of stuff that we are restricted from on the old social media platforms. And this is just one of the ways that we're not trying to get around it, because it's bad, but we're not doing anything wrong. Yeah, if you want that, Kylie, good question. Thank you for asking. If you want that, jump onto the Facebook page. So further back in these posts, there's a couple that pop up, and there's a little link there. You can jump on that link, and that'll get you straight through to the subscribe button, and you can subscribe to that and make sure that you're on our mailing list to that, which is really, really cool. The other cool thing is it's got links into our, and again, the missus has been working tirelessly in the background, she tells me, although my wine bill's gone up this month, to reorganise our YouTube channel as well. So a lot of this stuff that we're doing on live, a lot of my crazy, stupid antics, reviews on products has been reorganised in our YouTube channel. So if you jump onto that, if you want a gun review, the gun reviews are actually in the gun review section now. Who would have thought? Camping reviews are in there. And all of Steelo's live ramblings are, if you're really bored and there's nothing on TV, are there, so you can pick through some of that. There's some absolute gems in there. I'm not going to tell you which one to jump onto, but away you're going. Ash, how are you, buddy? VJ, where are the Marin? Yeah, we're going to talk about Marin in a little bit. Yeah, some specials, that's right. So on top of the specials, for the guys on the mailing list, we're also starting to mail out things like our catalogues now. So they've been available off our website in the past, and we throw them up on our Facebook page again. But, we know that, people are busy, and sometimes it's easier just to get them emailed out to you. So that's there as well. Mitch, 3 months. Yeah, man. Licensing, everything's slowing down a little bit. Wine, it was a bit of both, John, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, everything's slowed down in licensing. Coincidentally, we spoke to the boys a little while ago, and they've got a heap of people off on COVID and leave and things like that, so it's a real pain in the ass. Steve, buddy, you're a fucking legend. Thanks for putting that link up there. There you go, Heidi. So you can get that up there and away you go. See, Heidi's onto it. Steve beat you, Heidi. You're fired. Report to the office in the morning. But on that email link, there is a summer savings catalogue out at the moment. It's in store at the moment. There's a few little cracker deals actually. Gazebos are cheap at the moment, as they always are. Portable fridges if you're going away in the summertime. Swags, if you're sleeping in a sleeping bag and you want a swag, now's the time to buy one, I tell you. $150 for a single swag, like a Dome Mitchell, or $219 for a double is, I can't believe that they're going out that cheap. It is insane. As well as a host of other gear, because Australia Day's coming up. So next week, obviously, if you don't know, Australia Day's on during the middle of the week, and they're giving us a day off. How Australian is that? So we're getting another day off. So a lot of people are probably going to be sick from work. I might be. And away we go. Sorry, I had to pause and read the comments. The war in Ukraine is causing delays with vape licensing. Fucking oath. It's the war in Ukraine or the fact they're getting around by police cars. And they've probably had to do. But away we go. Yeah. So Australia Day, there is, there's some sales on Australia Day. It's probably the day that you want to get away. If anything, be Australian, go for a camping trip, come and see Steelo on the way out, grab some more gear. What I'm going to do, I'm going to shift the camera a bit because I want to talk about this new product we've got through. It is exciting as. So if you, where are you going to be, Gary? Are you going to be camping? I'll be honest. I have had a little peek in the box here. You can't see that. That was very unprofessional of me because I want to look professional and I'm not when you just see that. So this is the box we posted up this morning to say we're going to unveil a little product. This is something if you're not a shooter or you're not into shooting, you're probably not watching this channel anyway. So sorry, champ. If you hang around because this is a great bit of kit. This is like the Rolls Royce of handguns coming at you. So check this out. This is the new Alien. I hope I said this right. I'm going to say a Laugo from Laugo Arms Alien pistol. So first of all, out of the box, what do we think? These glitter stink bombs. I threw that box away. So what do I think? For starters, this is probably the coolest fucking pistol box I think I've ever seen. I'm pretty happy if things come in a Pelican case or something like it. This case is even fucking space age and crazy design with a wicked little locking system, tabs. You know, it's breathable. If you're ever going to fly on a plane, this is the sort of thing you'd throw in there. So the box itself is phenomenal. And if that's the quality of what we're going to look into, I'm fucking pumped. And I'm going to do all this backwards so I can actually see what I'm doing and see what I'm pointing and see how I'm going. But the great unveil, great reveal, look at that. So the box is all weather sealed too, but that's what we're looking at. So this is like the Rolls Royce of handguns right here. Becky, how are you, big fella? So this is the Rolls Royce of handguns in a nice foam filled box, foam lined, ready to go. Let's pull this puppy out and have a quick go at it, eh? It's not the prettiest looking handgun, I'll be honest with you, but Jesus, it is crazy. Hang on, my little dongle has decided to stop working, which is pretty typical for the dongle. Righto. Wazza. What straight pull shotguns, mate? We've got a few, eh? Most of them, actually. But give us a buzz or PM us and we'll give you the one. Yeah, Wayne Nicholas should buy this one, eh? He's a Sparky, he can afford it. Look at that. This is the Alien pistol. Now, look at that. It's a bit of a weird looking thing, and it's called an Alien. Look at it. Looks like an alien too. I was going to do some alien references, but I haven't been able to catch up with them today. But look at that. What is cool about this one is, yes. Yeah, announce it anyway. Exactly, sorry. Yeah, look, it's very funky engineering. So this is the first of its kind, this sort of handgun. And for those that are watching that are into it, it's actually the designer of the CZ Scorpion pulled into this handgun. So instead of being a traditional handgun, it's a gas-delayed blowback system that runs it. So it runs very, very different to most other things. Now, out of the box, I did pull this out last night while I was actually talking on the phone to the rep, and I nearly wet my knickers. It just fits your hand like it's designed to. It's absolutely fucking phenomenal in your hand. It's a very weighty gun. Feels very similar weight to the CZ Shadow, so the guys that are on the range feel that. But the weight distribution is completely different, like completely different. It feels like the weight, instead of a normal handgun where the weight is kind of above your fingers, it feels like the weight is sort of like in the middle, in your middle finger sort of area there. Yeah, that's right, John. I'll circle back on that, mate. Yeah, the weight is very low. Now, the cool thing about this gun is the bore access is very, very low. So I haven't shot it yet because it doesn't belong to me to shoot. I'm dying to, though. I'm dying to. Is that the recoil control is very, very well on the firearm because the barrel sits down lower, in line with your hand and the rest of your body, yeah, as you're shooting. So it has got the lowest bore axis. It also has a fixed barrel. The other cool thing about it is, check this out for the guys that haven't seen one before or even know what we're talking about, but the top slide stays still. So your sight stays where it is. They are adjustable sights, front and rear, left and right, etc., etc. They do have a fibre optic front sight. Ooh, look at that there. Boom. So it is a fibre optic front sight. And you can see the barrel just in the slide there, so underneath. And the whole slide moves backwards and forwards. So there's no disruption of your sighting system as you're firing this gun. If you're good enough to hold it steady, clearly I'm not, but it would make me a good shooter. They need one for a backup for the Turkish. Exactly. We do need one for a backup. Very, very good. Out of the love button. Yeah. That's right. Thanks, Felix. Give everyone the thumbs up. Hit the love button if you like this product, and it'll pop up. I love you blokes. You're just trying to help me out. It's great. But very, very cool serrations on the slide here for indexing and ripping the grip, etc. If you do have a stoppage, it shouldn't stop. Don't know how it's going to run on ammo. It should be good. A lot of high-end sort of performance guns, the chambers are cut very, very specifically. So some reloads and things they do get a bit picky on. So I don't know how this will perform. It is left or right. You can change the magwell to the right side, the left side as well. The other cool thing I like about this gun is the stippling in the handle, which apparently is interchangeable as well. But the stippling is unbelievable. It is it's really grippy. It's hard to show on the film, but the serrations in the back grip, they just grab your hand. It really sticks in your hand well, and it is such a nice feeling gun out of the box. The magazines are nice and magazine-y. It's a box magazine, 15 shots in the rest of the world, 10 in Australia because it's Australia. But they feed in very nice, as you'd expect in a handgun. There is a little bit of a chamfer on the bottom of the magwell to help you with your reloads when you're on the range, nice and easy. The mag release is very easy to get with your finger the way it is. Oh, the other cool thing I like about it as well is look at the back strap. So the gun does cut right in and back straps right out onto to the top of your hand there. So you do get a really, really good instant grip on it. I can hit the mag release without breaking my grip, which goes against the grain of a lot of other guns that you run. They do want you to break your grip slightly, hit the mag release to slow you down. So when you're competition shooting prac or IPSC, I can hit that nice and easy right there. So yeah, got to have a good grip on it. So they're a really, really good thing. The slide release is easy to hit as well. It is really easy to hit. I was just having a quick look at it, trying to think of where my brain was going. Pick rail on the bottom, so you can run optics. Fuck the reverse of optics, Steelo. You can run a pistol or a laser light if you so please. If that's part of your part of your range play. Probably one of the kind of weird things I shoot a bit different. So you could possibly, if you're bigger in the thumbs, rub the slide there, cause a bit of a stoppage. Apart from that, everything else is just divine on this gun. What's the trigger like, Steelo? Well, the trigger is fucking fantastic. I'm glad you asked. So the trigger is light as a feather and very direct. There's no slack on it at all. It's not like you draw in on hey, Smith RJ, how are you? It's not like you draw them in and it's like a normal combat gun where there's a lot of slack and a take-up. It literally is just the lightest of presses. It's such a direct trigger, and it's such a crisp break. It's probably one of the better triggers out of the box that I've ever touched. It is just fucking phenomenal. Has got a trigger safety as well. So like a lot of the, like a Glock type of gun, I don't know whether you can see that. So it has got a little indenting trigger. The other thing I like about having that index is that you get the same position on your trigger finger every time out of the box. So if you pull on left or right, you can go, look, that little bit of trigger is on the wrong part of my finger. It also has, crazy little things like a striker indicator on the back there that like a lot of the modern calibers and modern pistols use. So that's really cool. What have I missed? Nothing on that page. That's good. Yeah, man, the back strap, thanks, Felix. Yeah, the back strap and bore access are so cool. It is very, very, it points amazing. I was running around the shop last night after it was shut, doing quasi room clearances and just going, holy shit, this thing, just everywhere you point it at, it points for you. almost. So it should almost make a good shooter out of anyone. It's the most naturally pointing gun I've ever held, and I've held a lot of them. I suppose the downside is it's hit at the high end of the market. We're going to circle back to this on what I said. So length, width, height, barrel length, weight. It weighs 22 pounds, so it's not a light gun. It's very heavy compared to a Glock. I run a H&K. Normally, it's very heavy compared to that. It's very CZ-y orientated, but I think it might even weigh heavier than that. I want to do some comparisons just to see what the weight is, but it's not. The trigger pull is adjustable on these as well, so it comes out from adjustable by the manufacturer, Good Work Steelo, but 10 to 25 newtons of adjustment, which is cool. The recoil angle, this is interesting. So they claim that the recoil angle is half of all others, which is cool. Yeah, so that's a bit of cool gear. 121. Yeah, no, it's very cool gun. You definitely want one. 2.2 pounds. Yeah, sorry, 2.2, 22 pounds. The little printout that I read is incorrect, because I can't read for shit while I'm trying to talk to you blokes. But yes, 22 pounds. So that's no, did I say that right? 2.2 pounds. 22 pounds. Yeah, it is the weight of a newborn baby. Get on board. Nah, 2.2 pounds, eh? This is the problem when you're reading stuff live, and you should do your study first and go work it out, because it's all in grams and pounds. 2.2 pounds, Steelo, or weight with magazine, weight with an empty. Why do they give me two weights, Dougie? Come on, two weights. It's hard enough as it is. 2.47 pounds. 2.47 pounds. So it's heavy for a handgun, but not as heavy as a newborn. Thank you, VJ. Not as heavy as a newborn, but they are fucking sensational. I'd really hope someone buys this and we can go to the range and have some range time, because I am just amazed at the quality. The build is sensational. I could not love a gun more than this, except for when I have to buy one and then I don't love it because it's expensive. And when I say expensive, I mean you've got to pay for quality, right? So, you know, this is like the Mercedes of the handguns, or probably the Porsche of the handgun world. Oh, that's the other cool thing that I like as well. It has got a little finger indentation on the front grip. But, yes, thank you. In the metric scale, it's fucking awesome, and it is. So think of Rolls-Royce when you're looking at this. Think of high-end Porsche. Think of everything. Yeah, I wish you could justify it too, John. Don't worry about that, mate. This is a gun for you. So where are we looking at, Steelo? Yeah, thanks, Wayne. How much? So I think it's a gun that you actually definitely need to hold, to feel, to touch, to justify it. It is not a cheap gun. Just like running your car, this is not a Falcon or a Commodore. This is Porsche, Lamborghini, Bugatti sort of country, right? So we're somewhere in the ballpark between 6.5 and 7, somewhere thereabouts. It is a great looking gun, Mike. It's very, 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 very good looking gun. So that is the Alien. If you want to have a look at one, just to see it. No, I'll give you change out of 10, Glenn. Don't worry about that. We're not here to rip you off. We're pretty fair. Is it optic ready? No, it's not, Jim. The cool thing about these guns, though, is that you can change the top slide to make it... thank you. I'm glad you mentioned that. Thanks, Jim. That you can change the top slide. So on this gun, part of the changeability or modularity of it is that you change this top slide out. So you're not actually changing the gun major. Well, actually, we're going to talk to licensing about that and see what they've got to say about it in WA. God only fucking knows. But that top strap comes off, and then it goes into an optic-ready top strap. All factory, fits on the gun. So you keep your your sighted top strap, pull that off, put in your optic-ready top strap, and whack a good optic on it, and away you go. I don't reckon you need an optic. I reckon this thing can run itself, actually. It's pretty sweet. So this is for the just the performance. They do a full kit that's got all of that with it. The full kits for these with your top straps and your special holsters that are designed for this gun are coming to Australia soon. So they are wicked. Like I said, magazines feed in, feed out. The gun performs awesome. Dry. Again, haven't shot it because it's not my gun. If you want to buy one, give me a ring, and I'll throw you we'll throw you some rounds. We can go and shoot it and just see how accurate it is and what it does. But till that day comes, this is unshootable. It's a very sad day for me to have something like this and not actually get out and run it, because I think it wants to be run. I really do. But Alien handguns. If the Alien doesn't tick your fancy, I don't know what will, but if the Alien doesn't tickle your fancy, probably there's only a budget thing that can stop it. Give us a buzz. We've got plenty of handguns in stock, and we've always got plenty coming. We get in straight from all the importers, and we can get you running, you know, for your club run on the week. So that is the Alien handgun. Very, very cool bit of gear. Look at that. It's called my what are you chasing? Whoops. Sorry. You're right. So they are very, very, very cool bit of gear. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go down here for a quick waltz. So those that are down this way, you know it's Marin season at the moment. What's going on, boys? Yeah, we're going to try and do this. So if you haven't been down south, or you're going on the weekend, we're sort of trophy waters. There's a couple of ways to do them, but trophy waters. This is my little Marin here. Whoop. Look at that. And the idea, while these little bad boys are in the water, you got to come up with your little lure, your snare. So these aren't spring loaded, so it's not like crayfish. And you got to try and slip this loop. Hello, she's out. The dongle's down. So we've got to try and get this little loop, work him under while he's underwater, you know, out to about waist deep, walk him underwater. That'll slip through his tail, because they generally walk backwards, or when we were out they were walking forwards in every bloody direction, and then lift him out of the water like so. And then you get a nice little Marin feed. So for those that are watching at home that haven't been in Marin waters, Marin, yeah, that one's already cooked. Marin are like freshwater crayfish, so they're fairly substantially sized. For us inland fellas that don't get out to the beach, that's about as close as we get to a crayfish delicacy. Try and get out the light here. Hey Greg, how you going, mate? Yeah, so they're a good thing. So all through the southwest, Marin are on at the moment. It's a month run season. So it doesn't last all year, unless you're a collie boy. Then it is. Little collie joke there for the collie boys. It's a month run season, so it ends on about, I think it's the 5th of February. You do need a license for it. Oh no, it malfunctions, man, on this thing all the time. You do need a license for it. It's Department of Fisheries. I think it costs you $50. I think. I can't remember, but it did, because I got one the other day when we went. Better eaten than cray. There you go. Yep. So the jury's out on that. I can't eat either of them, but a lot of blokes do like them over crays. A bit sweeter, eh? I'm told. But you can trap them. There you go. Another one way better than crays. So you can trap them in nets, regulation nets, which we also have, coincidentally. Regulation nets, scoop nets, like crab nets, kind of, in certain waters. But a lot of the guys just go down, like myself, go down to dams and public dams with your licence and walk around them and hopefully get a feed. I think it's a bag limit of 8. Don't quote me on that, please. But there is a bag limit as well, so you can't overfish them. So definitely good to do if you're down the southwest of the state. They do like freshwater only. They don't do brackish or saltwater, and away they go. G'day Mick, how you going, mate? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so that's the Marin, which is really cool. I'm going to go and grab you a quick knife out of the knife cupboard, because we do have a few crew walking around, but I've got one that I want to see. So talk amongst yourselves. Right on back. Well done, that's right. Yeah, it's funny, we had a bit of a yarn about this today as well, Milo, which would surprise you, I'm sure. But it's funny that, throwing a season in, you watch a bit of social media, everyone's hammering it, like all day, week, buying probably more than they need to. They do an alien knife, Felix. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see remove that restriction of that week and see, people will be less desperate to go out there and smash them, because they can get them anytime they want. But anywho, so the knife of today that I want to show you guys, it's actually like a little multi-tool. It's pretty cool. It's the Gerber Armbar or Armbar, depending on how you want to pronounce it. We've got a pronunciation issue in here tonight, and I'm part of it. So these start from about $59. The cool thing about these is they are a very, very little pocket knife, so they're very cool. They obviously have a blade, so it's not a big blade. This is like a little gentleman's knife, and of course we've put the tag through the bloody bit where we want the knife to bloody go. Don't you hate that? So I can't open anything because the bloody tag's through there. Lucky I have a knife to cut the tag off. Boom. So the cool thing about this is it's got like a little center drive. So like their multi-tools, Gerber do a multi-drive called a center tool. It's very cool. They use a modular bit, so it's not their bit, which is really cool. It's not just a ladies' knife, folks. This is like a general utility gentleman's knife as well, or a ladies' knife, I suppose. But plain blade, a little plain blade, or a little Phillips driver, or if you've got other driver bits that you're using all the time, if you're using like a star driver or something like that in your workplace or around, you could drop that out because it's just a standard bit driver set. So, you know, you can keep your favourite bit in there and away you go. If they're, you know, tightening scope rings or things like that, maybe, that's a go. So we've got a very little, fuck is that? Pry bar. I think they do call it a pry bar too. An AWL. Somebody get back to me and tell me what an AWL is. Jesus Christ. What you use an AWL for. It's got one. Yeah, get on board. It's got a little pair of scissors, which is cool. And a bottle opener, which is also cool, in the bottom of the scissors. So the scissors are pretty cool. They function all right. There's nothing wrong with them. Fold them down. Fold that back in. He's got a bottle opener on the end there. They call this a hammer. I don't know what you hammer with that flat bit, something. I'm going to call you out, Gerber. I don't think it's much of a hammer, but it has got one. They are handy little buggers indeed. And just a plain blade single knife, so nothing that's too over the top. An AWL, thank you, Mark. An AWL is for poking holes. If you want to poke holes in something, this has got a hole poker in it, the official hole poker. Jump on board. It has got a knife on it, mate. It's just a normal fixed blade. Nothing too crazy. You're not going to skin bloody a buffalo with it. But for just generically opening things, closing things, you know, these are the go. Really handy in the door pocket of the ute. Really handy in your go bag. Just a great little handy knife for, you know, slightly over 59 bucks. Sorry, starting from 59, because there's another one that's a bit more basic than this. This one's about 65. So really cool. A sewing AWL. Is that what it's for? A sewing AWL. I'm looking in amazement going, how the fuck am I going to sew with that? We'd want to be in dire straits if we're using that to sew to get out of. Kizzy! AWL is a woodworking hand tool for making small holes. There you go. I love it. Yep, Milo, you have an AWL that pokes holes in things at 2,850 feet a second. I love it. Maybe that's what we should call them. AWLs, licensing, and love it. It's not a it's not a firearm. It's an AWL. Love it. Using leather and wood. I love this. I do live. You blokes educate me. Everyone wins. I'll show you some shit. You go, hey, here we go. Very, very cool. Thanks, Jersey. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, boys. So now I know. Now we all know what an AWL is. I'm going to find out the abbreviation. I'll report back to you next live. So the Gerber Armbar. Get on board. Give us a ring if you want one. Steelo's AWLs and outdoors. It'll beat the algorithms, Milo, I reckon. So a bit of street view. What's going on out here tonight? We've got. Oh, Narrogin is the place where the hub tonight. There's people everywhere. We've got a bloody nearly full street, which is crazy. I think there's more cars get here tonight than there was here today. The reject shop isn't open, which is a bit disappointing. I thought they were going. Snack Shack's going. They are for sale if you want a good business there. You can feed me flat out. The pub's going well. By the look of it, there's cars everywhere down there, and it looks like it is a bit overcast and almost humid, like we're expecting rain, but I haven't seen any. Whew, that was a lot to get out. These boys, we haven't forgotten about these boys. I always forget about these boys, walk straight past them, but on the door of our business and many other WA Firearms Traders Association businesses also sits the sign for the SSAA, who are the lead body promoting shooting sports in WA, and shooting not just sports, but you know, your recreational, your livelihood, just firearms in general. They've got a little scare me to join tag on them. Scan that up, hit them up, join them, and promote your sport and protect our industry, my family business with these guys. It's really, really good. They do a lot of work behind the scenes. These guys and the WA Firearms Traders Association for shooters and shooters in general in WA, making you go. And I reckon I've just about run out of stuff to talk about, you did, John. You missed it, Dushy. You're gonna have to go back and watch this, mate. When it's off live, jump on there. So, a couple of things to recap. Alien pistols are fuck cool as hell. Yep. We have got. They are very cool. Alien pistols are cool. Gerber Armbars are cool. Heidi's mail out is cool. If you're not on the mail out list, jump on board. we're going to start doing some giveaways and some things on that as we get used to the system. It may surprise you to learn that we're not IT specialists. We don't have anyone on an IT team working for us in the background. It's me, Hides, Nat, and a couple of others making the wheels turn here. So you know, we're trying to work it out as we go. Well done to Hides for sorting it out. So if you're not on there, scroll back through the links, jump on that. Have a quick check of our YouTube channel as well. There's some stuff in there that might interest you. I'd say definitely interest you. Definitely worth having a look at. Subscribe on that button. And apart from that, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a great Thursday. We're going to see you next... am I going to see you next Thursday? I might be somewhere next Thursday, I don't know. But we're going to see you next Thursday somewhere, because I've got to do live. Yeah, Heidi is hitting us with the facts. It's good. We're going to see you next Thursday for a live. I don't know whether next Thursday is Australia Day or just after Australia Day. I can't think, but we're going to see you next week. Australia Day is next week. You get a day off during the week somewhere in there. If you are going away, you come down south, come past, see us if you're going to Great Southern Ways. And we'll see you next week with a little bit more entertainment. Good on you guys. Catch you later.